For those who are new here, a warm welcome to all of you once again, and we hope that you learned something today. Just a heads up to everyone before we begin, we will be recording these sessions for. If you have any questions, please feel free to type it in the chat box, and our support team will try their very best to answer your questions behind the screen. So let me give you a brief introductions again about our speaker today. Some of you might heard it, repeating time, but I need to share with you again because he is so charming, so intelligent, so smart, so good in crypto that all of us should know. He is from Australia and has years of experience in crypto. In this session, he is going to bring all of us here to adventure into the world of NFT. Not just that, he will also share with us what is the latest update on GeFi and talk about the NFTs involved with our new polls. So guys, pay attention or pay the price. Without further ado, let us all welcome Iskandar. Yay!
Hey, all right. Thank you so much, Tracy, for that wonderful introduction. And hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am Iskandar, and thank you so much for joining today's session. Today is a very, very special presentation. I'm super excited to talk about it because I'm really interested in this. I'm very passionate about this. We are going to dive into the world of NFTs. That's right, non-fungible tokens. That is what an NFT is. And in this background is one of the highest selling NFTs of all time, a collection of thousands of pieces of art. So what is an NFT? An NFT is a type of digital asset. They're a type of digital token. As I said, NFT stands for non-fungible token. So non-fungible means that something is completely unique and cannot be duplicated, interchanged, or substituted for anything else. In previous sessions, I have explained that a fungible asset is something like money. So a physical $10 note, this can be substituted into two $5 notes or maybe even 10 $1 notes, for example. These fungible assets have a fixed value and can be substituted. A physical, non-fungible asset would be like a trading card, like a Pokemon trading card, for example. And the value of a trading card may be dependent on various factors, the condition it's in, if it's in mint condition, or if it's suffered wear and tear. Another example would be its rarity. So a rare trading card will have more value than a common trading card. So yeah, you can think of NFTs like digital trading cards or digital artworks, digital collectibles, and they come in all sorts of forms, which I will go through in lots of detail. Well, let's just have a look at how popular NFTs are. So here we have the CryptoPunks. This is a digital art project, one of the original NFT art projects that were ever released. And they're a project of thousands of pixel art characters. And a set of 9 of these CryptoPunks were bought through an auction at Christie's. They were bought for $16.9 million US. There were 9 of these characters sold for a total of $16.9 million, which is insane. And another NFT comes in the form of virtual cats. These are called CryptoKitties. And the CryptoKitties are also a decentralized application on the Ethereum blockchain where you can collect, breed, and sell unique virtual cats for money. And the most expensive cat, Dragon, was sold for about 600 Ether, which is a few $1 million as well. So there's a lot of money that's going into it. Let's have a look at the bigger picture here. So this is the sales. This is the sales during each day here. So we've got an all-time high that was recently hit at the end of August, which was $267 million US. That was a trading volume for all NFTs across all platforms. It was $267 million, and that was just in one day. As you can see, the scale is actually quite large. So even though it goes closer to $0 US here, these are actually still millions of dollars. They are actually millions of dollars because this is 25 million here. So all of this is still lots and lots of money. The trading volume is insane with NFTs, especially in the last few months, especially this year. Now let's have a look at the last 7 days or the last 7 days of August, basically. That was a $1 billion. That was $1 billion in trading volume. That's how much money has gone into NFTs in that 1 week at the end of August. And that is phenomenal. That is astonishing to see how NFTs can perform like this. So let's break down some of the articles here as well. We've got OpenSea, that is a NFT marketplace, which I will go into. It itself had a record high of $78 million in daily trading volumes, and in monthly, it was more than $1.5 billion in the month of August, which is crazy. We've also got artists in Malaysia that have sold their art for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and even $1.6 million from a local Malaysian artist. So the money is really booming in this particular sector. I'm super excited to break down exactly why. Oh yeah, and in volume, there was $3.4 billion on OpenSea, which was 10 times more than the month before that, 10 times more. Okay, so the value of an NFT. Why are these so, why are they so, expensive? Why are they valued so high? Why are people, spending their money on these things? So we can talk about the value of NFTs by comparing it to traditional artwork as well. Traditionally, the value of an artwork is essentially tied to its verification of its authenticity and provenance, right? So if it's real, if it's authentic. The proof of provenance is what is fundamental to accredit a value to a piece of art, like a painting. So authentication from a third party is how people verify their physical assets. However, it may not be completely accurate, so they might not actually realize it's a fake, for example, and it may come at a price. NFTs, however, are built upon a blockchain, which means that everything about the NFT is transparent. So the original artwork will always be known as the original, and any duplicates or copies, they can be easily known as fakes. They can easily be known as copies. And anyone can verify who created the NFT. Anyone who's on the internet, anyone who's on the blockchain can verify when and where it was created, because all the information is stored on the NFT's ledger, including every sale and every owner that it has had in its entire history. So it acts as its own certificate of authentication and is done with no fees. And then other factors like that can come into play, such as rarity. Like I mentioned before, certain artworks are a lot rarer than others and therefore are valued higher. And this goes the same with NFTs. And also with condition, NFTs will never waver in condition since they are digital. Now, there's also, when it comes down to it, people collect, art, figures, and cards because of how it makes them feel. There's an emotional, personal, sentimental value, and there is a collector's spirit, a collector's passion that comes when buying these, collectibles, but buying artwork, buying figures, buying all of these things. I collect things. I collect little statues. I collect little superhero statues. Here's Batman. And here's Robin. That's right. I don't just stop at one. I keep going until I have a whole set. And that's where people also get that, that passion from. They want to collect more. So they keep buying and keep buying. It's what makes them want to buy these digital assets. And it becomes increasingly popular because of the vast plethora of NFTs available that are out there. There are all kinds of NFTs there. So let's quickly go through them all. But first, let's break it down into traditional versus virtual art. So when it comes to traditional art, it is highly subject to fraud. People can create copies or fake versions of an original art piece and sell them off as authentic, whereas the blockchain is transparent. So the record of the ledger will show to everyone who created the NFT and every single person who has owned it since. And this is true authenticity. There's also physical ownership. So people, of course, can own these physical art pieces, but there is it can also be a bit, hard to transport these things. And especially if you want to show them into exhibits, it's going to be really hard to actually, move them around. Whereas there's more of a digital ownership where you can display your art on the internet or through other methods, as we will go through in more detail. And reputation is similar for both. So a piece of art may be valued high because of the person who drew it or the person who created the art. So the artist will have some kind of prestige, some kind of reputation, and that will go for the same with virtual art. So that's where value can go higher because of reputation. And as I mentioned before, physical paintings, physical assets can suffer to wear and tear over time, whereas because it's digital, there is a pristine condition. It will never, ever lose that kind of value. And I explained with rarity before as well. And when we go with the galleries, so if you want to exhibit your art, yes, there are physical places, physical, art rooms and auction houses to show your physical pieces of art, but it will expand to virtual vaults, which we will have a look at, which is super cool. We're going to have virtual vaults that show, all your digital pieces of art or any of the NFTs that you get. So let's go through some of the types of NFTs. So let's just start off with artwork. So much like traditional art, people will create, buy, sell, and trade pieces of art for their own personal collection or because they want to turn a profit. Ape Stand Strong is a piece of artwork. This was sold for 1 Ether. This is sold by a Malaysian cartoon and a Malaysian artist. We've got Oceanfront by Beeple, which is one of the highest selling NFTs ever. And this was sold for about $6 million, $6 million US dollars. And Fidenza by Tyler Hobbs, another one of the highest selling NFT pieces of art, was sold for 1,000 Ether, which was about $3.3 million at the time. So there's a huge space for art. And of course, there is limitless possibilities with your artwork, especially when you do it digitally. And you can paint it in real life, so you can do it physically and then scan it and turn it into a digital property, or you can of course just do it digitally, do digital drawings. Here are some examples of trading cards created by artists. So there's a whole range of thick Pokemon, and this is a real thing, and people do buy this. It's a whole range of thick Pokemon. So, you got to catch them all if you're interested in that. Strap has a series of 3D trading cards. So they're like usually uploaded as GIFs or GIFs. And these are also pretty rare and they're super cool. And there's a lot of different kinds of 3D trading cards here. And Parallel Alpha has a series called Marcolian, which includes cards of futuristic space backgrounds, vehicles, bases, rockets, and all kinds of sci-fi stuff. So, maybe you don't personally think this is cool, but there are so many people that like these kinds of things. There's a lot of people who love sci-fi and like Pokemon games, all these cute little characters, and that's why people are going to buy these things. And now let's have a look at collectibles or collections. So similar to trading cards, these cool characters do come in massive collections. So like the CryptoPunks, those were a collection of, these digital characters. And so here we have the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is one of the most popular ones at the moment. Bored Ape Yacht Club each have their own visual traits and properties. So you see this guy has coins on his eyes and a headband, and this guy's got a crown and sunglasses, and they all have different skins as well, different color skins, and all these properties have different rarities as well. So if you're lucky enough to get in on these early, then you can sell them for even more if that's what you would want to do, if that's how you would like to make money. And they're super cool. So the more rare that properties are, the higher that they go for. So that's Bored Ape Yacht Club. And this is Aurora, very similar, a bit more humanistic characters. So they all have their own properties. And these were on the Solana blockchain. And I even helped my brother attain an NFT. This is our super, super rare Aurora NFT that we were super lucky to get because we got it into the pre-sale. So he's wondering whether to sell it or not, but he thinks it looks really cool. So he might collect it. And that's the danger, you might want to collect even more if that's what you want. And yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I love collectibles. And it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop at artwork. It doesn't stop at these like characters, these designs, but it also extends to music. So you can even transform audio files. You can transform your songs into an NFT. And this could be a new standard for purchasing music. You know, ownership and authenticity is all really important to people. So this could stop like illegal streams and downloads for artists, which is huge for them. They can also release their music potentially without a label. So they get all of the proceeds themselves, and artists who don't even have labels, you know, upcoming people who want to be musicians, who are aspiring artists, can just release their songs on platforms as NFTs, which is really cool. The NFT here is the digital certificate that's associated with the assets, that's associated with the song, for example, and that proves who owns it. And because it's non-fungible, it can't be replaced, and it's super secured by the blockchain. So there's no way to duplicate it. So you know that you are the one who owns this song, for example. So if you buy the NFT, no one can take it away unless you decide to sell. And it goes beyond songs as well. Within the music industry, it can be another way to buy concert tickets, for example. And these are all just new ways to verify the truth and to verify ownership. And as I've said, this is important to people, and this can help, you know, this can help stop people from making fake tickets, for example, and selling fake tickets. It's all stopping all of this fraud, you know, and securing people's assets, that authenticity, that ownership. That's what, you know, blockchain is really all about, all of that transparency. And yep, and in the end, you know, some people are just doing it for fun. You know, they were just memes as NFTs. Red Hong Yi is a Malaysian artist who sold Doge to the moon for about 300,000 ringgit. There are just masses of meme NFTs that sell for ridiculous amounts of money. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, tokenized his first ever tweet, and that was sold for over 1,600 Ether. And Nyan Cat, I'm sure you guys are familiar with Nyan Cat, an old school meme, maybe about 10 years ago. The original artist turned it into an NFT and even sold it for 300. So someone actually owns Nyan Cat now. Someone actually owns the asset of Nyan Cat, and that sold for 300 Ether. Now, NFTs have become so popular that there are marketplaces for people to buy, sell, and trade them. You can see here's a CryptoPunk, as I've shown you before. And each marketplace may facilitate a specific blockchain network. So meaning that they may only support NFTs that are created on either, for example, the Ethereum network, the Polygon network, or the Solana network, for example. And each way of creating an NFT may cost varying fees. And another way of saying creating an NFT is called minting. So that's when you mint an NFT. So minting, and why you should mint here. So when you want to mint, you will go on, for example, OpenSea. This is how you create an NFT. You can drop your file, and these are all the different files that are supported. So like I've said, like GIFs as well as JPEGs, GIFs and audio files like MP3 and MP4 are able to be turned into NFTs. You can call it whatever you want, and you can choose which blockchain that you want it to be on, right? So you can choose which one. And Polygon, for example, is gas free. I would suggest maybe not doing Ethereum, because right now Ethereum gas fees are incredibly high. So you can find a different program that you would rather create your NFT on. And so this is why maybe an artist would want to mint. So there's no reliance of the offline method like galleries or auction houses. You know, you don't have to go to a physical exhibition anymore. You can increase your market range because it's on the internet, because it's online, right? That online method, so everyone can see it, and you can have potential virtual exhibitions, which I will talk about soon. And of course, you can actually have royalties with your NFTs. So whenever you sell your NFT to someone, and that person sells it to another person, and that person sells it to another person, you will get royalties. So you will get a percentage of, the fee that you can, that you will earn every time someone else buys the NFT from you. And there's just mad profits that can come from this. Of course, not just with the royalties, but your base value of the NFT that you sell can be really high. But you should note that not every NFT will go for so high. There are still NFTs that go for a few dollars only, and that's totally fine. You got to start somewhere. And if you want to get your name out there, then that's how you can do it. Okay, so we've talked about having a marketplace for digital assets. So like I've said before, surely there's this digital world where you can display, where you can exhibit all of your, digital art pieces. So, we've only scratched the surface with NFTs right now, and I think it's time to dive in and submerge and enter the digital world. And we can do that with augmented and virtual reality. So get ready for your mind to be blown. Here we have an example of a virtual gallery, NFT vault. The potential ways this can be experienced are so exciting. It can start just by viewing it on your computer, for example, moving around as an avatar, as if you were walking around in a video game, checking out all of the pieces of art that are on the walls. And it can progress into entering real life buildings. So you could enter a room, a fully empty room, and you use some VR goggles that implement a digital layer over what you see in real life. Then you can freely walk around in real time in a real physical space as if it were a real art gallery. And in this way, you don't ever have to worry about moving physical pieces of art. You can host exhibitions in abandoned buildings, in cruise ships, the office, your house if you wanted to, all with such ease. So let me show you how augmented reality looks like. So here's the DeLorean time machine. I'm sure you guys know of Back to the Future. So VIVE is a special app, special decentralized app that supports augmented reality NFTs, where you can view them on your phone and pick them up and place them wherever you want, or even store them in your own personal vault. It's not really there, but it is there on, for example, your phone screen. So your phone is implementing a layer. It's augmenting, a digital layer where you can actually kind of experience this digital asset on your phone, but it has the background of the real world as if it was just there. And this is why I think this kind of stuff is really, really cool. The possibilities where this can go into the future is endless, honestly. And that, you got to ask, I wonder if you can set up a digital vault forever. Can you own land? Can you own this digital land? Well, land does come into question. And that comes in blockchain gaming. So we're going to go through blockchain gaming briefly, because we're going to have a whole session on blockchain gaming and the possibilities, because it is such a massive world, blockchain games. So let's have a look at some of the popular blockchain games. So Axie Infinity is one of the games that I play. Where you can fight with these Axies, these little monsters, and you can play to earn. So that's a lot where these blockchain gamings are going, where you play to earn tokens. So with Axie, you will earn Smooth Love Potion. That's SLP. That's another cryptocurrency. So you actually earn money by being victorious in your games. And we have crypto blades. For example, this blade is an NFT, and you're able to fight each other with crypto blades. And there's also a tower defense like Plants versus Undead, which is kind of like Plants versus Zombies. And this is also a very popular game at the moment, where you can all just play, and when you win actual cryptocurrency that you can trade in or you can stake in. It depends on what the currency is, but this is where blockchain gaming is going, where you are earning money. I don't know how many times I have to repeat that, but you are earning money by playing games. That's some people's dream. So I would definitely get on to blockchain gaming as soon as possible. Let's talk about Sandbox quickly. Sandbox is a game where you can actually buy virtual land, as I was talking about. You can buy virtual land. So here is an island in the Sandbox world, and anyone can buy it. Anyone from owners of CryptoPunks or Bored Ape Yacht Club to The Walking Dead. I mean, the Walking Dead franchise is also buying something. You can buy it, build a town with attractions, and people can come view it and visit it. Atari has its own piece of land, so that can be used even as an advertising space. So the application for this side of NFTs goes above and beyond. And it is something, like I said, that I'll go into much more detail in the future sharing session, but I'll be talking about blockchain gaming and the metaverse. So if you've ever watched Ready Player One, then you know what a metaverse is, where all these universes, all these worlds can be combined, where you can go within each world and keep your NFTs that you found in different worlds. So fiction will soon become fact, I assure you. So please join us next week to talk about the metaverse, because that's going to be super, super interesting. Until then, I will move on to the NFTs that are involved within our community and our project GeFi. So if you're new here and you don't actually know really what GeFi is, I'll just explain it. It's a decentralized blockchain ecosystem built on the Binance Smart Chain, and it's built on top of a sophisticated engine that utilizes smart contracts that supports pooling with reduced impermanent loss. And it constitutes of two important ecosystems, which integrates a lucrative financial vault where we can do our yield farming, where we can stake our tokens, as well as a unique NFT gamification equipped with an extensive marketplace. So I will be talking about the marketplace in a bit, but let's just check out the new pools of GeFi. So we have just announced these two new pools, which is super, super exciting. We've got the liquidity pool, which is Mobox and BNB. So you're going to have to stake your Mobox and BNB to earn your GEG. And there's also a new single asset pool where you can stake your GEG and earn BNB, which is an awesome, awesome opportunity to be able to earn BNB as well. So an awesome thing here is that it's kind of just like a cycle. You can stake your tokens and earn your GEG. You can stake your GEG and earn more tokens, and it just keeps going in this awesome, awesome circle. It's like, if you don't want to keep providing new liquidity, then you can just keep staking and you just earn it yourself, and you reap your rewards and put it back into your pool. It's an amazing, amazing opportunity, honestly. So let's talk a little bit about these new pools. So here we have the new interface. We also recently had Axis and BNB. So Axie Infinity, the token is called Axis. So Axie Infinity and BNB, we also have that pool that we launched about a week or two ago. And we also had a single asset pool, which was to stake your GEG and earn Mobox. And Mobox, as I said with this, Mobox is a NFT token for Mobox, so you can earn Mobox. And Axie and Mobox are incredibly, incredibly popular NFT games that are on right now. So I would really advise to check them out and start playing them and start earning some money. You can use your NFTs for anything. In the game, you can fight and you can win. You're earning cryptocurrency, which is really cool. But I would like to highlight that these new pools are part of ApeSwap. So if you've been providing liquidity with PancakeSwap, that's cool, because that's been for Cake BNB, BNB BUSD, as well as like the GEG BNB and GEG BUSD. But if you want to provide liquidity into these pools, into Axis BNB and Mobox BNB, please go to ApeSwap instead. You can actually click on this arrow and it will give you a link where you can just immediately provide some liquidity as long as you connect your wallet. So yeah, go on to ApeSwap. It works exactly the same as PancakeSwap if you want to provide your liquidity. All right, so let's talk about Axis and Mobox. Hey, so we're going to talk about Axie Infinity first. All right, so Axie Infinity has two main circulating tokens, similar to how GeFi is going to have GEG and gemstones. They have Axis and SLP, that's Smooth Love Potion. So Axis is what you can use to buy things, and SLP is what you earn. SLP is what you earn in the game. And in the last 24 hours, we can see its popularity. The totals Axie sold would be 57,000. So many Axies are being sold every day, which is awesome. That shows how popular it is. And the volume, the trading volume in the last 24 hours was almost 5,000 Ether, which is about $16.78 million. And that's just in the last 24 hours. So you can see that this is a booming gaming ecosystem. So I would advise to check this out and play it. And here we go. It surpassed $1 billion in its all-time trading volume in August. It surpassed $1 billion. It's insane. It's crazy. And you know what? it actually took a while to get here. It took a long time to get here. It took a few years. And that's just a testament to, how people believed in it, how people believe in the long-term game, which is something that I do like to preach and I do like to repeat, is that it's all about that long-term game. And this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for people believing in it in such an early stage about 2 years ago. So it's super cool to see that it has boomed so much since then. And I'm really happy for them. This is just a look at the Axiom Marketplace. This is what Axies look like, and they can range from different prices. So yeah, if you're interested, you can even just check them out and check what traits they have and what that means for them, and what, how they attack and how they fight. So I would advise just checking this out. We will go into even more detail on Axie Infinity in our blockchain gaming sharing session. So let's have a look at Mobox. Mobox is also an NFT gaming ecosystem that's built on the BSC, which, similar to us, combines yield farming in DeFi and gaming NFTs, creating a free-to-play, play-to-earn gaming model. So Mbox is the token for Mobox, and it also works with established projects in the ecosystem to develop NFT interoperability. So interoperability would mean that it can basically bridge NFTs from different networks, from different blockchain networks. So it can bridge between Ethereum, Polygon, and Solana, for example, and it allows movers to move NFTs between those, as well as the Binance Smart Chain, the Ethereum Smart Chain, Ethereum network, like that. So let's just have a look at how it's been performing. So this is when it first was released. 30,000 of the NFTs were minted in its first week, $5 million in NFT trades, and 150 million in total value locked in the first week of its launch, which was in April. So that was in April, and now recently it's just attracted almost 200% more users after it had a major announcement. So its popularity is booming. Again, I would suggest looking into Mobox and Axie Infinity to check them out, because especially with Mobox, and this is super, super cool, but there is a Mobox Momo NFT farmer. That's right. You can stake your NFTs and farm it for rewards. It's like staking with your cryptocurrency. It's like providing the liquidity in your LP pools, right? You provide it, you create a market and allow the automated market makers to make trades with your liquidity, and you get rewarded for doing so. And it's the same here, but with NFTs. You give up your asset in a way. You give it up so that people can use it to trade. And in which case you earn rewards from the trading fees. So it's super cool that we're even getting this far. You can farm your NFTs, which is, something that's kind of unbelievable, but it's super cool. And we will dive into that even more detail in next week. So you may be wondering, how can I find NFT projects that I like? How can I find an NFT that I believe will sell for lots of money? How do I flip an NFT is what it's called. So just a bit of advice on how to find NFT projects, or how I find NFT projects. But basically, you can go on to like popular chains like Solana network. They will be showcasing a lot of their projects. So you got to look out. You got to keep up with the news, basically, to see which projects are releasing NFTs. You can go on to Twitter. Twitter will show a bunch of different projects that are on certain networks, that are on certain blockchain networks, and you can find out which ones are going into pre-sales, which are launching really soon. And getting in early is a really good way to find these NFT projects, especially if you want to collect them for a lower price, or you want to sell them at a higher price after pre-sales. So what you can do is, you find them on Twitter, and you can join a project's Discord. And the Discord may have like a competition where if you win this competition, it might be like 1,000 people can win a chance to get a pre-sale and mint an NFT for a lot less than what it will be when it's sold into the public market. For example, Game Kids is something that I'm looking into. that I'm looking into as a project that I would like to get as an NFT. And, you know, the competition was like, okay, guys, like we want to see people be creative. We want to see ideas for different traits. So someone might have said, yeah, I want this guy to be holding a sword, or it's like, yeah, I want this guy to have brown shoes or this hat or this face, and so on and so forth. And the people who have created this project will be like, all right, I pick these traits. These guys are the winners. You guys win a free NFT, or for example, you know, so getting in on these early opportunities is a cool way of finding these NFT projects and profiting off of them. Another one that I am looking into is called the Soul Tree. So I'm really hoping that I get into the Soul Tree pre-sale. I'm also a very passionate environmentalist. So I worked in conservation for a few years as well. And what's really cool about this project and other projects that may be out there is that some of the proceeds in the minting actually goes towards environmental conservation. So it actually goes towards planting trees. Every time, every $10 goes to planting a new tree, which is super, super cool. And that's something that I'm personally passionate about. So you have to go and find something that you are really, really interested in. You know, you might not find it for a long time, but you know, as long as you want it, then you'll find it. Don't worry. So let's just talk about a bit more about how you can profit off of them. So like I said, you know, you compete in these competitions for these pre-sales when you find them, but also if you want to, and this will help with flipping NFTs because you get them early, then you can sell them for an even higher price. You know, it can go for 5 times the amount you bought it at, 10 times the amount you bought it at. It really, you know, depends on the NFT and how rare its personality, its personal traits are. So that's how you can try and flip them. Also, you can create your own NFTs if you like and sell them for artists. That would be an incredible way to profit off of them. And as well, you can also game to earn these NFT tokens. That's how you're profiting off of these NFTs. You are gaming, you are earning these cryptocurrencies because you invested into the NFTs. And like I said, with the Momo NFT farmer, you can farm, you can stake your NFTs and you're earning rewards just like you are with passive income on your GeFi pools, which is super, super cool. So now let's just have a look at some NFTs in pop culture. You know, it's not just artists, it's not just, you know, other people, your average person, your average nerd, your average geek, which I'm proud to say I am. You know, it's not just them that are, you know, investing in NFTs or creating NFTs, but also celebrities. So Snoop Dogg, very, very famous rapper, has a collection called A Journey with the Dog. Lindsay Lohan released an NFT that was basically animated, but it came with her song Lullaby. So that was really cool and very creative to have a song playing over a kind of animated NFT. We've also got Eminem, another famous rapper, of course, that has released a few NFTs called Tools of the Trade, for example, or there's a limited NFT called Stan's Revenge, which is a reference to one of his most famous songs, Stan. And it will be sold auction style. And there's also Shakira is just about to release her own NFT, and Edward Snowden sold his NFT Stay Free for about $5.4 million. That's $5.4 million. It's a lot of money going into this, and celebrities are starting to get into it as well because they think it's really cool. You know, obviously it's a way to make money, but they think it's really, really cool. And that's why they're participating in this. So, you know, everyone is getting on board. And we also have brands as well, companies like Louis Vuitton, that they're releasing an NFT game as well, which looks super cool and is a really great idea, especially as a fashion brand. You can showcase all of your creative designs. Awesome way to showcase that. Coca-Cola is creating their NFT as well. And we got NBA Top Shot. NBA Top Shot is a super, super popular NFT platform where you can basically buy images or videos that come in the form of NFTs of plays like this, for example. So you can own a Kevin Durant rebound dunk if you really wanted to. You could own a KD dunk, baby. So it's really cool to have these kinds of things out there. You know, NBA is profiting off of this, as well as the people who are involved in the videos and images. And Dolce and Gabbana are also releasing their own NFT collection, super high definition, really cool designs. And yeah, the possibilities with this are endless. You know, everyone is getting into it. So I would very much recommend getting into it. And how can you get into NFTs? Well, you can start by working on our NFT marketplace, The Stone Age. That's right. We are launching our GeFi NFT marketplace, The Stone Age, as soon as the first week of October. It may be the first or the second of October itself. So it's coming really, really soon. So this is a great time to learn way more about NFTs and come up with some designs if that's what you're into, if you're an artist. And invest and buy some NFTs that will be released on the marketplace as soon as it launches. There will be NFTs available for you to get. So this is going to be really, really cool. And you've seen the interface. If you haven't, this is what it looks like so far, a sneak preview. It will be launched in full force in October, as I've said. And gemstones is what the main circulating currency is going to be. You can buy your NFTs with gemstones. So you will be able to invest in gemstones very soon. We are going to launch that token very, very soon, which is going to be really, really cool. So I highly encourage, working with this and working with us. And if you have people who want to create NFTs, if you know your friends, or if you want to do it, or even if companies that you know are interested, like they can all create it, and it would be really, really cool. If you started, this is going to be like Malaysia's and first NFT marketplace, which I'm super excited. I'm also actually personally going to be not creating my own NFT, but I'm going to help my cousin create an NFT. My cousin, he's a very good artist, and he has autism, and he creates a lot of art for us, and we buy his art, and we thought it would be really, really cool to help him create his own first digital NFT. So we're really looking forward to that. We're hoping we can do that. So that'll be really nice. So let's talk about, the NFT Creator. Please join us and create your own NFT now. This is going to be your chance to get your art out in the open. And it's going to be, you're going to be one of the first people to be able to do this on our marketplace. So please do. And let me just tell you a little bit about the future. We're going to be introducing Blind Box. Blind Box are collectibles. You'll have a chance to buy these collectibles with gemstones, as well as GEG or BNB and BUSD, in order to unlock a pack of these cards, these collectible cards. And it may come as multiple, it may come as single, and you'll be able to trade these cards. Collectibles, may be able to stake them and farm them. We're going to be introducing an NFT farming system as well, or use them in the upcoming blockchain games. And we'll hopefully have updates for the blockchain games in our future blockchain game sharing session. So we're going to be launching the NFT creation system, and it will integrate these two networks. And we're also going to connect to other NFT stores like Dago and Bondly. Dago.finance created a cross-chain NFT DeFi protocol, as well as an open NFT ecosystem where you can mint and initiate NFT mining, as well as trade them. And Bondly, basically, the protocol lets people communicate on any kind of platform, created to make anyone and everyone be able to communicate and transfer all of their NFTs onto the marketplace. And we will also be having a GEG and gemstone integration pool, and we will keep you guys updated with more media and community campaigns. So let's just go through a little bit on some frequently asked questions, and I may have already gone through it, but just so you really understand, right? Is NFT a bubble? People are concerned about this, that it is a bubble, that this is just a trend, this is just a fad. But I agree that it has periods of mass trending. It definitely has those periods of booms. But our first one, basically the NFT boom, was in January, February of this year. It was a massive NFT boom. And of course, there was a massive crash in the last few months with all of the crypto projects. There was a massive crash, but it actually didn't stop with the trading volume. It actually was consistently, there was a lot of NFTs that were still being traded. People were capitalizing on that crash by keeping up the trades. And now it's booming once again. So the trading volume has gone up even more. What I may say is that the prices of NFTs may come down just in general. That particular thing might possibly be a bubble, those millions of dollars worth kind of NFTs that might lower, but otherwise NFTs are kind of the future of art. So I say it's not a bubble. Where can you buy NFTs? You can buy them on NFT Marketplace, the same where you can mint them like OpenSea, Rarible, Solanart, and of course Stone Age, which is upcoming. And you're wondering, does it cost for any of this? Does it cost to mint an NFT? Well, it does depend on the blockchain network. Ethereum, it will cost you quite a bit. Polygon is gasless, so it's free to do it. So it really depends on the blockchain network. And some people think if their payment is a disadvantage, and yes, of course it may be. You might get a collection, or you might get into a pre-sale and it doesn't actually sell for as much as you wanted it to. There is that risk, but that risk is with investments. That is the game that we are all playing here. We are investing in these cool projects, but because we believe in them, and that's where you just got to have that. You just got to have that faith. So it is only that big upfront payment of buying a really expensive NFT, and it may not sell for very much after, but that's the risk. Will you take it? And people, of course, that don't, and this took me a while to understand as well, but it's like, but if I screenshot the NFT, if I copy the image online, don't I own it now? I can just put that up wherever I want. But no, as I said, ownership, authenticity is super important for artists, for people, for the blockchain, that transparency. So, you may have the image, but you don't own it. And therefore, it doesn't mean anything if you don't own it. People, if you were to say I would respect someone who bought it, then there wouldn't be much respect for someone who's making a fake, who's making a copy. Understand that? Like, it's that ownership thing with NFTs. Now, let's just move on a little bit to the community campaign. We have just recently distributed our affiliate rewards. So that has gone into action. That was live, and they are being distributed successfully, which is awesome. I hope you guys have been, talking to your friends and getting them involved so that you can earn those affiliate percentages, your rewards, your 10% rewards whenever your friends harvest. So this is going to be ongoing. So this is going to be super cool. So very glad that this is a success. And in case you missed it last week, but we have released our community leader guidelines. Basically, we have released this. It is awesome. We have our CL1, which is our timeliner, CL2, which is our space glider, our community leaders, community leader 3, our CL3 is the moon rider, and they all have their own perks. They all have their percentages that you get. So every time if you're a CL1 and your friends are harvesting, you get 10%. If you're a CL2, you get 20%, and CL3, you get 30%. And if you really want to learn more about this, and if you want to be a community leader yourself, then please talk to the person who referred you, talk to the community admins that you're a part of, please, if you want to know more. The baseline is that you're going to have to participate in an STA commuting training course. And as it goes on, you may have to have a certain amount of people in your community to become CL2 and CL3. So that's going to be really exciting. Please let us know if you are interested. And yeah, join our community, join our mega community, because we are massive. We've got Rice, we've got 6nim, we've got G5, we've got STA League, which we are a part of, and we've got OTG off the ground, and of course CKOL. And you can be a part of this mega community. You can be up here. Every time I present, you could have your own logo presented. You know what I mean? So you can be a part of this mega community. And why I think it's so cool is because we all are working together. We are all like sharing knowledge and sharing news, and that's what this is all about. It's all about the community. It's all about growing a very strong foundation of people, of investors, of long-term holders. So if you want to be a part of this, then please let us know. And you can expand across the world if you like. We are international after all. We go from Malaysia, Indonesia, the UK, Japan, Thailand, Hong Kong, Australia, just to name a few. We have members from all across the world. So you can have your group based in any country at all, with as many members from as many countries as you want. We are an international mega community. All right, guys, I'm going to leave with a few words of wisdom. But first, I will come back to this page first if you haven't joined our community already. And if you would like to know more, this is our GitHub. But yeah, I will come back to this page if you are interested in joining our community, if you haven't already. But yeah, also, if you haven't gotten any GEG, then please get your crypto wallet, register on GeFi, use someone's referral link so that they can get rewards, and you can do the same for other people. Buy your BNB and BUSD and start exchanging that on PancakeSwap so you can get GEG. Coin Sniper is a good place to get your contract addresses. If not, you can just screenshot this as you like. We'll also share it inside the Telegram whenever. All right, guys, so just a few words of wisdom. The future of money is digital currency, as said by Bill Gates himself. That's right. That's what I've been talking about. All of this blockchain technology, all of these NFTs. It may seem surreal, it may seem crazy, but you just have to understand that is where the future is going. This is where we are going with our money, with our ownership, our authenticity, with our games, with our art. This is where we're going. And our quote of the day is, today every crypto hit the bottom, but do not panic and keep the faith. Please do not sell or you might regret later. So this is something that I repeat quite a bit, hodl, hold on for dear life. Don't panic sell, don't trade with emotions, keep it cool. If you are planning on selling anything, you make sure you do it with a logical mind. When it comes to GeFi as well as other projects, this is a long-term thing. It's not a game for gamblers. Gamblers are those whales or those short-term investors who just want to make a quick buck, but this is the long term. This project is only over a month old. GeFi is only over a month old and has so much room to blossom and has so much potential. As I said, Axie Infinity, it has been so successful this year and it took a long time to get there, but now it is worth billions of dollars in trading volume. So that speaks for itself. You just have to keep the faith and hold on as long as it's a project that you believe in. And I'm really hoping that you guys are believing in this project. It is very, very, very strong foundation already. So yeah. And also, I would like to alert you guys on scams. Please be aware of scams, especially when it comes with NFTs. I have told you guys that you can look on Twitter for NFTs, but when you find these projects, do some solid research on them. Please do some more research on them to know if they are legit, to know if they are not scams. And if you have any questions, if you are really unsure if this project is a scam or not, feel free to ask the group. Feel free to ask the admins or whoever referred you. We are so happy to help you. We do not want you to lose any of your NFTs or any of your money. Always ask admins if you are unsure. And of course, keep your passwords, all of your private keys, all of your mnemonic phrases totally secret, and don't accept random airdrops or random, even random NFTs. It comes in like random messages on Twitter or Facebook or Telegram. These people that you've never communicated before with, just don't engage and don't click any links that you aren't sure of. These links can hurt you. They can, cause hackers to phish for your personal information, and therefore you will lose money. So please just be careful out there. This is super sensitive stuff. This is your money, and we don't want to see you, losing any of it. And of course, just keep it cool and don't trade with your emotion, as always. All right, guys. Upcoming, we will be talking about more on the blockchain gaming, the GameFi, and the metaverse. So this is going to be super, super awesome, and even more. We're going to dive even more deep into this world and into this universe and what you can do in the metaverse, this new virtual land, and it's going to be pretty much like Ready Player One. We are going into this direction, that's for sure. So if you haven't watched that movie, I would also very much recommend it. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I have had a lot of fun talking about this and making a PowerPoint on it because I'm super passionate about it. As you guys may already know, NFTs are an incredibly cool part of blockchain, of cryptocurrency. So I would recommend hitting up Axiom, Infinity, and Mobox, getting into those pools because they're really, really popular, those two NFT gaming ecosystems. So please do get some of those tokens and stake into our farms because in the end of the day, you're just earning free money, right? So yeah, I will take it back to Tracy. Thanks, guys, so much for joining me.
Oh my God, that really blows my mind away. Really, it's a great presentation. I learned a lot today. I'm not sure about you, but I will definitely create my own piece of art and put it in, GeFi NFT Marketplace, Stone Age. So yeah, guys, thank you everyone for attending our session today. We're gonna see you next week, same time, same place. If you have any questions or you have interest to find out more, please look for your referral community and they will be more than happy to assist you. And if you have any questions, please do type it in the chat box and we can assist you. So once again, guys, thanks for coming again. Thanks for joining us again. Stay safe. Till then, we see you next week. Thank you.